Welcome, listeners, to another spine-tingling episode. Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into the eerie and enigmatic history of Salem, Massachusetts, a place where the boundaries between reality and the supernatural blur, especially during the Halloween season. Salem, Massachusetts, a town forever etched in the annals of American history due to the infamous witch trials of 1692. Those dark days, filled with accusations of witchcraft, trials, and executions, have left an indelible mark on Salem's identity. To truly understand why Salem is associated with hauntings and the supernatural, we must revisit the chilling events of 1692, the Salem witch trials. These trials were a series of hearings and prosecutions that led to the execution of 20 people, most of them women, accused of practicing witchcraft. The frenzy began when several young girls in Salem Village, now known as Danvers, Massachusetts, began to exhibit strange and alarming behaviors. They claimed to be possessed by unseen forces, experiencing fits, convulsions, and hallucinations. Fearing that witchcraft was at play, the local authorities were called upon to investigate. In February 1692, 3 women, Tituba, Sarah Good, and Sarah Osborne, were accused of witchcraft. These allegations were fueled by superstition, religious fervor, and a deep-seated fear of the unknown. Soon, more accusations followed, and the trials escalated into a full-blown hysteria. Trials were held, and those accused were subjected to harrowing examinations, including witch tests such as the dunking of suspected witches into water. If they floated, they were believed to be witches. If they sank, they were considered innocent but often drowned. As the paranoia spread, neighbors accused neighbors, and even family members turned on one another. The trials claimed the lives of 20 innocent people, including the infamous execution of Bridget Bishop, the first person to be hanged as a witch in Salem. It wasn't until the fall of 1692 that the hysteria began to subside. The trials were eventually recognized as a grave miscarriage of justice. Those who had been accused were exonerated, and their names were cleared. Now, let's circle back to why Salem is considered haunted. The traumatic events of the witch trials left a lasting imprint on the town. Salem is a place where the past and the present often blur, and some believe that the spirits of those wrongfully accused still linger. Many claim to have encountered paranormal activity in Salem's historic sites, including the Salem Witch Trials Memorial and the Witch House. Visitors have reported hearing whispers, feeling sudden temperature drops, and witnessing unexplained shadows and apparitions. The Old Burying Point Cemetery, one of the oldest cemeteries in Salem, is also believed to be a hotspot for paranormal activity. It's the final resting place of several accused witches and their accusers. Furthermore, Salem's fascination with the occult, witchcraft, and the supernatural has contributed to its reputation as a hub of paranormal interest. Modern-day witches and spiritual practitioners are drawn to Salem, believing it to be a place with a unique and powerful energy. The enduring legacy of the witch trials, combined with Salem's embrace of its dark history, has made it a destination for those seeking a connection to the supernatural. So, whether you're a history enthusiast, a ghost hunter, or simply curious about the unknown, Salem offers a hauntingly unique experience. Today, Salem embraces its dark history with open arms, especially during the Halloween season. It transforms into a hub of supernatural exploration and spine-chilling experiences, and we're here to unravel it all for you. Our journey begins at the Salem Witch Trials Memorial, a hauntingly beautiful site dedicated to the memory of those innocent people accused and executed during the trials. Here, visitors leave flowers, tokens of respect, and sometimes, even whispers of apology to the spirits of the wronged. As the sun sets in Salem, the town awakens with tales of the past, and that's when the ghostly tours commence. These guided tours transport you back in time, taking you to the very locations where the witch trials unfolded. The dark history comes alive as guides share stories of the accused and the accusers, weaving a chilling narrative through Salem's cobblestone streets. In Salem, witchcraft isn't relegated to the history books. There are numerous witchcraft shops, each offering a glimpse into the mystical world. Visitors can explore these stores, browse unique items, and, in some cases, even consult with modern-day witches and spiritual practitioners. A must-visit for history enthusiasts is the Witch House, also known as the Jonathan Corwin House. It's the sole remaining structure with direct ties to the witch trials. Today, it stands as a museum, providing a window into the daily life and history of the era. Salem's Halloween celebrations aren't limited to history lessons and ghost stories. The Salem Haunted Happenings Festival, held throughout October, offers a diverse range of events. Ghost tours, psychic readings, costume parades, live performances. It's a month-long extravaganza where Salem truly comes alive with a unique blend of education and entertainment. Salem's restaurants and bars aren't left out of the Halloween fun. They host costume parties and special events throughout the season. Imagine sipping your drink at a haunted-themed bar while surrounded by fellow Halloween enthusiasts, all in their spookiest attire. And so, Salem's legacy continues to captivate visitors from around the world. Its rich history, wrapped in the allure of witchcraft and the supernatural, makes it a Halloween destination like no other. So, if you're seeking an unforgettable Halloween experience filled with history, mystery, and a touch of the otherworldly, Salem, Massachusetts, awaits. But be warned, dear listeners, in Salem, the past is never truly buried, and the spirits of its dark history may be closer than you think. That's it for today's extended episode. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Salem's spine-tingling history. Until next time, stay curious, stay vigilant, and always keep an eye on the shadows. Now before I begin reading the next story, I wish you a very happy Halloween. It'll be a delight if you could support my work by subscribing to the channel and leaving a like on this video. Tonight, we'll delve into the enigmatic and eerie history of the Winchester Mystery House, nestled in the heart of San Jose, California. This grand mansion, a sprawling labyrinth of bewildering architecture, holds secrets and whispers of a past that continue to haunt it to this very day. As we approach the Halloween season, there's no better time to explore the chilling mysteries that surround this mansion. Built by Sarah Winchester, the widow of William Wirt Winchester, the house is a masterpiece of bewildering design. It's said that Sarah believed the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles were haunting her, and her only recourse was to appease them by constructing a house that never ended. Visitors to the mansion, especially during the dark and eerie nights of October, have reported strange and unexplainable occurrences. Creaking footsteps echo down empty hallways, doors open and close by themselves, and cold spots linger even on the warmest of days. One chilling tale recounts the experience of a young couple who decided to visit the mansion on Halloween night. The air was thick with tension as they approached the foreboding structure, its silhouette framed by a moonless sky. The mansion's maze-like interior twisted and turned, confounding even the most seasoned explorers. As they ventured deeper into the mansion's depths, they noticed oddities that sent shivers down their spines. Staircases led to nowhere, doors led to solid walls, and windows peered into other rooms, creating a disorienting sense of being watched. The couple's unease grew as they descended into the mansion's basement, a place with a reputation for harboring dark secrets. It's here that they encountered their first inexplicable event, a phantom breeze that extinguished their lanterns, plunging them into complete darkness. Panicked, they fumbled for their flashlights, casting erratic beams of light through the suffocating blackness. Whispers seemed to dance at the edges of their hearing, voices that beckoned them to stay and find their way. In their desperation to escape the labyrinthine corridors, they stumbled upon a room that bore an uncanny resemblance to a Victorian-era séance parlor. The walls were adorned with eerie photographs of long-deceased mediums, their eyes seeming to follow the couple's every move. As the couple pushed forward, their flashlights flickered, casting eerie shadows on the walls. And then, they saw her, a spectral figure dressed in mourning attire, her features obscured by a veil, standing at the far end of the room. Frozen in terror, they watched as the ghostly figure glided toward them, her bony fingers beckoning them closer. Desperation overcame fear as they realized they were trapped, and with every step the specter took, their escape route grew narrower. Just when all seemed lost, a series of mysterious knocks echoed through the room, drawing the ghostly woman's attention. With a mournful sigh, she retreated into the shadows, leaving the couple trembling in the dim light. It's tales like these that continue to circulate around the Winchester Mystery House, drawing brave souls seeking to unravel its mysteries. Some believe that Sarah Winchester's restless spirit still wanders the hallways, seeking to communicate with the living. As we approach Halloween night, the mansion's legend grows stronger, beckoning the curious and the courageous to step into its bewildering depths. But be warned, dear listeners, for the Winchester Mystery House is a place where the line between the living and the dead blurs, and where the whispers of the past may just become a chilling reality. Tonight, we journey deep into the heart of Louisiana, where darkness and history intertwine, in the chilling tale of the Myrtles Plantation. As the autumn leaves fall and the moon rises high in the southern sky, we set our course for one of America's most infamous haunted locations, the Myrtles Plantation. Nestled in the heart of Louisiana, this historic estate has seen its fair share of life, death, and, some believe, the unexplained. A few brave souls who dare to visit the Myrtles have returned with stories that curdle the blood and chill the soul. Ghostly apparitions roam the halls, strange noises echo through the night, and visitors are left questioning their sanity in the face of the inexplicable. One such visitor, a young woman by the name of Emily, had the misfortune of staying overnight in the plantation's grand mansion. She was an avid paranormal enthusiast, seeking the thrill of encountering something beyond the realm of the living. What she experienced that fateful night would leave an indelible mark on her psyche. As Emily settled into her room, the air grew thick with anticipation. Shadows danced on the walls, as if whispering secrets of centuries past. The Myrtles had a storied history, with tales of love, betrayal, and tragedy woven into its very foundation. With her camera in hand, Emily embarked on her ghostly quest. Her footsteps echoed through the dimly lit corridors, each step echoing with the weight of history. It was in the grand ballroom that she first felt an unsettling presence, a chill that clung to her skin like a spectral hand. The room's ornate chandeliers swayed gently, casting eerie shadows that danced across the floor. Emily's heart raced as she watched the room come alive with ethereal apparitions, couples twirling in a macabre dance, their faces etched in anguish. As she approached, the figures dissipated into mist, leaving behind an eerie silence that sent shivers down her spine. Emily knew she was not alone, that something unseen watched and waited. Her investigation continued into the dark hours of the night, and the plantation revealed its secrets with each passing moment. Phantom footsteps echoed in empty hallways, mournful whispers brushed against her ear, and the sensation of being watched intensified. It was in the infamous Judge Clark Woodruff room that Emily's courage was put to the test. The legend of Chloe, a slave who met a tragic end, was said to linger in this very room. Emily's camera captured something truly chilling, a faint, ghostly figure standing by the window, a spectral child with hollow eyes. Fear clawed at Emily's chest as the figure turned and pointed, its gaze fixed upon her. She stumbled backward, retreating from the room, but the sensation of those cold, empty eyes remained. The night seemed endless as Emily navigated the labyrinthine mansion, encountering apparitions and unexplainable phenomena at every turn. Yet, when dawn finally broke, she was left with questions and a sense of dread that clung to her long after her departure from the Myrtles Plantation. Dear listeners, as we approach the Halloween season, remember that some places hold secrets that defy explanation. The Myrtles Plantation is one such place, where the line between the living and the dead blurs, and the echoes of history continue to haunt those who dare to step into its shadowed embrace. Nestled within the heart of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, lies a colossal structure that stands as a stark reminder of a dark and foreboding past. The Eastern State Penitentiary, a once operational prison now in a state of haunting disrepair, is an enigmatic place steeped in the shadows of history. With its reputation as one of the most haunted prisons in the United States, this daunting edifice lures countless souls to explore its eerie corridors, particularly during the chilling embrace of Halloween. The tale of Eastern State Penitentiary begins in the early 19th century when it opened its ominous gates in 1829. Designed with an innovative and harrowing concept in mind, it aimed to reform prisoners through isolation and contemplation. Each inmate was confined to a small, dimly lit cell for the entirety of their sentence, with little to no human interaction. This cruel approach to rehabilitation inflicted psychological torment upon the incarcerated, leaving an indelible mark on the prison's legacy. It is within the frigid, stone walls of Eastern State Penitentiary that the stories of the supernatural take root. The prison's ominous ambience seems to hold a spectral grip on the very essence of the place. Visitors and staff alike have reported chilling encounters with the otherworldly. Echoes of disembodied voices resonate through the barren cell blocks, as if the anguished whispers of the past still linger in the air. One of the most unsettling phenomena within the prison is the appearance of shadowy figures that dart and flit through the corridors. These apparitions, often glimpsed out of the corner of one's eye, leave behind an overwhelming feeling of unease. Some claim to have witnessed these ethereal entities taking the form of former inmates, forever imprisoned in the afterlife. As Halloween approaches, Eastern State Penitentiary transforms into a nightmarish realm known as Terror Behind the Walls. This macabre event capitalizes on the prison's sinister reputation and draws brave souls from far and wide. It's an immersive haunted house experience like no other, where visitors navigate the prison's foreboding chambers, beset by ghouls, ghosts, and the lingering echoes of the tormented. The stories of Eastern State Penitentiary's paranormal activity are as varied as they are terrifying. Disembodied footsteps echo through the halls in the dead of night. Phantom laughter reverberates from cells long abandoned. Visitors often speak of a palpable sense of dread that descends upon them as they explore the prison's forgotten corners. It is as if the very essence of the place hungers for a connection with the living, craving acknowledgement of the suffering that transpired behind its walls. Among the most unsettling occurrences are inexplicable cold spots that manifest even in the height of summer. Visitors have reported sudden drops in temperature and an overwhelming feeling of being watched. Skeptics and believers alike have left Eastern State Penitentiary with their convictions shaken by the unexplainable. The Eastern State Penitentiary stands as a testament to the enduring nature of the human spirit, both in life and beyond. The souls of those who suffered within its walls seem to linger, their stories etched into the very fabric of the prison. This Halloween, as the world seeks out tales of the macabre and the mysterious, Eastern State Penitentiary remains a haunting symbol of the darkness that can envelop even the most imposing of structures, reminding us all that some scars never truly fade, and some entities are destined to be forever bound to the world of the living, yearning to share their pain with those who dare to listen. In the heart of Baltimore, Maryland, where the chilling tales of Edgar Allan Poe were born, lies a cemetery that has become synonymous with the eerie and unexplained. Poe, the master of macabre, rests eternally in Westminster Burying Ground, where his final resting place has become a magnet for the supernatural, the mysterious, and the utterly terrifying. Before delving into the eerie happenings that surround Poe's grave, one must first understand the man whose legacy continues to haunt the living. Edgar Allan Poe, a literary genius renowned for his dark and twisted tales, suffered a life fraught with tragedy, loss, and melancholy. His works, which include The Telltale Heart, The Raven, and The Fall of the House of Usher, explored the depths of human fear and the darkest corners of the human soul. Edgar Allan Poe's own life was a tale of gothic proportions, marred by the premature deaths of his mother, his wife, and his struggles with alcohol and poverty. In 1849, Poe met a tragic end when he was found delirious on the streets of Baltimore, wearing clothes that were not his own. He was taken to a hospital where, 4 days later, he passed away under mysterious circumstances. Poe was laid to rest in an unassuming plot within Westminster Burying Ground, his grave marked by a simple headstone. The tale of Poe's haunting truly begins in the 1940s when a mysterious figure, dressed in black, began making annual pilgrimages to the author's grave. This enigmatic visitor, known as the Poe Toaster, would arrive in the dead of night on January 19th, the anniversary of Poe's birth, to pay tribute to the master of the macabre. Cloaked in darkness, the Poe Toaster would silently raise a glass of cognac and leave 3 red roses on Poe's grave. The ritual was carried out with an eerie precision and solemnity. For decades, the identity of the Poe Toaster remained a closely guarded secret. The figure's silent, ghostly visits captured the imagination of locals and Poe enthusiasts worldwide. It was as if the spirit of Poe himself had returned to pay homage to his own legacy. The tributes were a haunting reminder of the enduring power of Poe's tales and the enigmatic allure of his life and death. As mysteriously as the Poe toaster appeared, he disappeared. In 2009, after nearly 7 decades of annual visits, the Poe toaster failed to materialize. Speculation and rumors swirled as to the reason behind the abrupt end to this eerie tradition. Some believe that the original toaster had passed away, while others suggested that the torch had been passed to a new generation, sworn to secrecy. Today, the legacy of the Poe toaster lives on, intertwined with the mystique of Edgar Allan Poe's grave. Visitors to Westminster Burying Ground often leave tokens of their own, a bottle of cognac, a red rose, or a handwritten note, keeping the spirit of the Poe toaster alive. The mysterious visitor may have vanished into the shadows, but the chilling presence of Poe's grave endures, a haunting reminder of the author's enduring impact on the world of horror literature. As Halloween night descends upon Baltimore, the eerie atmosphere of Westminster Burying Ground takes on a chilling intensity. The whispers of Poe's tales seem to echo through the gravestones, and the flickering candles that illuminate his grave cast eerie, dancing shadows. Visitors, drawn to the cemetery by the allure of the macabre, often report unexplained phenomena, chilling breezes, ghostly apparitions, and the faint scent of cognac lingering in the air. The haunting of Edgar Allan Poe's grave remains an enigma, a testament to the enduring power of his stories and the mysterious allure of his life and death. As Halloween night unfolds in the shadow of his resting place, one cannot help but wonder if the Poe toaster will return, or if a new figure will emerge to carry on the tradition. Regardless, the chilling legacy of the master of the macabre continues to captivate and terrify those who dare to walk in his footsteps. In the quaint village of Sleepy Hollow, nestled along the eastern banks of the Hudson River in New York, a palpable sense of eeriness hangs in the air, especially as the winds of autumn usher in Halloween night. While the tale of the Headless Horseman, penned by Washington Irving in his iconic short story The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, may be a work of fiction, the haunting history of this village is rooted in reality. To understand the chilling aura that envelopes Sleepy Hollow on Halloween night, one must delve into its dark and storied past. The village itself was once known as North Tarry Town, but it gained its eerie moniker from the legends and lore that have swirled around it for centuries. This history has a foundation in colonial America, steeped in mystery and whispers of the beyond. One of the focal points of paranormal activity in Sleepy Hollow is the Old Dutch Burying Ground, a cemetery that dates back to the late 17th century. Among its ancient gravestones lie the remains of Dutch settlers who forged their lives in the New World. As Halloween night descends upon Sleepy Hollow, the atmosphere within this cemetery becomes charged with a spectral energy. Visitors to the Old Dutch Burying Ground often report eerie encounters that defy explanation. Some claim to have seen shadowy figures darting among the tombstones, while others speak of the sensation of being watched by unseen eyes. Whispers of long-forgotten conversations and ghostly footsteps echo in the stillness of the night, sending shivers down the spines of those who dare to venture into this realm of the dead. Just beyond the Old Dutch Burying Ground lies the sprawling Sleepy Hollow Cemetery, a vast expanse of graves and mausoleums that stretch into the darkness. It is here that the restless spirits of Sleepy Hollow seem to congregate on Halloween night. As the veil between the living and the dead thins, the stories of the departed echo through the tombstones. One of the most enigmatic areas within the Sleepy Hollow Cemetery is the Van Tassel family plot. It is said that Katrina Van Tassel, the object of Ichabod Crane's affections in Irving's tale, was laid to rest here. Her grave, adorned with withered flowers and small offerings, becomes a focal point for those seeking a connection to the legendary tale. As the clock strikes midnight on Halloween, the atmosphere around this plot is said to become suffused with an otherworldly presence. The spirits of Sleepy Hollow are not limited to the pages of literature. On Halloween night, as the village transforms into a haven for ghost tours and haunted hayrides, those who tread its streets may encounter apparitions of bygone residents. The phantoms of Revolutionary War soldiers, colonial settlers, and even the spectral silhouette of a headless horseman are rumored to make their presence known. As the moon rises and casts an ethereal glow over the landscape, Sleepy Hollow takes on an unearthly aura. The rustling of leaves in the autumn breeze becomes a haunting melody, and the shadows seem to conceal secrets from centuries past. On this night, the line between reality and the supernatural blurs, leaving visitors with a lingering sense that the past is very much alive in Sleepy Hollow. Halloween Night in Sleepy Hollow is a unique and chilling experience, where the fictional and the factual merge into a haunting tapestry. As the legends of the Headless Horseman and the ghosts of Sleepy Hollow intermingle with the village's very real history, those who venture here are left with an indelible impression, a feeling that the stories of the past are not confined to the pages of books, but continue to whisper in the winds that rustle through this timeless village.